Da, da, da. Hello, hello. How's everybody? Dinging away, happy Sunday. Exactly. I totally and completely agree. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, hold on. I gotta reach with my other arm. This was gifted to me. They love their quilt so much, I quilted up. They sent me a plant. I've never got a plant in my life unless it was from my mom. Isn't that pretty? It's adorable. It's got like three little plants in there, and then a beautiful poinsettia. I had to put it on a dish because I didn't realize there was a hole in the bottom, and I went to water it, and then I came back after, just like a second going to the bathroom or whatever, and it was all over the floor. I'm like, eh. So I had to put it on a plate. Isn't that beautiful? I feel so treasured. I really do. So I want it at least somewhat in the camera. So hopefully it's not in the way. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. I don't want to make Pop mad. That's not. There we go. Okay, is that good? It is beautiful. I thought I'd share it with you. Feeling very Christmassy. Yes, I got a call from the store and I'm like, are you sure you got the right person? They're like, yes. I'm like, okay. Oh, Pop in his cute little hat. He looks adorable. Da, da, da. Happy everybody's here. Very, very happy. So just to start off, I don't want anybody getting confused. This is week 2 of the Graceful Cascade. It is a free pattern from the Bear Creek Quilting Company. Pop will put a link in there. Ah, hello, hello. I'm glad everybody's here. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy. I wish I could name y'all. So yes, free pattern. And I've added actually one more section. So this has it normally as doing like say if we go to the first one, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the solids. I've gone and done 6. So that's making it a little bit longer. Oh, hold on, it's upside down to you. So, but right side to me. A little bit longer, which I'm fine with because I want to border this out anyways. I got lots of Christmas fabrics and I kind of want to make the outside maybe a little bit more scrappy than I am on the inside. I know it seems really busy, and because I added black. There's green, red, blue, black, green, red, blue, red, whatever. I did what I wanted to do. It's my quilt. And I think maybe in hindsight, I should have done these guys as a solid, these little squares here, but whatever. I love it now. It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But it's kind of pretty. This measures 50. I mean, what I've done here so far. So you know what? When you think about that, if you're just cuddling on the couch watching the boob tube, the television, and, even if you just put a little border on that, that's plenty. That's plenty deep enough. Like I'm 5'5.5", on a good hair day maybe, and it still touches the ground. So, I mean, there we go. It's just tippy touching there. So even just a tiny little border, that makes a great quilt, great quilt size. So thank you. I really like it. Actually, it took a few rows for me to go, do I like this or not? But yeah, I do. It's coming along. So I got my little piles here. So it is a free pattern. So hopefully you guys join along. We'll do it for this week and then finish it up next week. And then we're going to pretty much do a couple of one-day projects for the last of the live streams until the new year. Okay. We'll just do fill up a few things. We've got a 10-minute table runner that I'd like to do. There's a couple of other little placemat little thingies that we could do, just in that little live stream session. So we'll finish up a few projects until the new year because it won't take long. It seems like I got to cut lots of green. But as you're going, you'll notice you'll use more of one color than the next because as it's transitioning, right? And of course, I got double red, so I'm using red more than anybody else. So I may have to pull more red out, but, for right now, we'll work on a few. Exactly, and that's why I thought I'd finish up a few fast ones before the end of the year. Quick and easy, make a stocking, show how to do a French seam on a stocking, that sort of thing, even just how to add someone's name and just like felt pieces. You cut it out of felt and just sew it on or glue it on or whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be too fancy, But something with someone's name on it, especially if it's a unique name, there's nothing better, let me tell you. Perfect. I just did like 2 of those the other day because the family increased by 2 this year. So I did 2 new little ones for the new little ones. So it was kind of cool. And I did theirs last year for the ones that got married and joined in the you know, like yeah. So it was nice to have it all together. Yeah, I just put some pictures on Facebook on the Mafia group of our Christmas tree. I set it up yesterday and then decorated it today, and some of our favorite ornaments from our fans, and you know, ones that we've made here in the shop and that Pop's made in his little workshop. There's a little wooden snowman. He carved all those. He did it on the lathe and made little snowmans. It's one of my favorites. There's a few of them. Ta-da! Oh, thanks, Aslet. You must have seen it. Yeah. The star's a little low in the tree because I'm too short and didn't get the stool. And I thought it actually might be too big by the time it actually hits the ceiling. So we'll have to see. The step stool's over there and I didn't feel like grabbing it. So. Ta-da. Yeah, I'm very happy with the progress so far, and I'm happy with the tree being up. Very excited. And now we're going to work a little bit more on this beautiful quilt, Graceful Cascade free pattern. Like I said, Bear Creek Quilt Company. It's very jelly roll friendly. These little squares up here are 2.5 by 2.5, and then you have colored squares as you're doing your cascade at 2.5 by 2.5, 2.5 by 4.5, 2.5 by 6.5, and that's it. And that's it. And you just make a couple of each, because sometimes as you're progressing, you're only going to need a square or a quarter square and then the full square. And then you're going to go progress down. And only as it rotates back again, you know, will you have to make sure you have and when you come to the bottom is the, you know, the 2.5 by 4.5 and the 2.5 by 2.5. So yeah, I think it's quite an easy pattern, really. It's beautiful. Like I said, and I've added an extra rowish, like on the bottom, so I'm pretty much adding an extra full piece and a small piece. Okay, and my fabric's pretty much directional, so I'm trying to lay it out directional as it gets finished. Oh yes, little Miss Loafy Pofy was giving me a hard time the other night. I was trying to, I don't know, I think Pop was editing a video, probably weekend project, and I was, you know, trying to spend as much time with him as I could, right? And she's got her head on my lap, and she's like wagging the tail and banging in his chair. She was not helping things, but yes. Wow, 103 of us already. We're only 8 minutes in. That's fantastic. Okay, now we're going to continue to build this beautiful pattern. All right, so this is my start point was here, and I'm working my way on this side. So I shall flip it towards me so I can get my proper layout and move my colors down, because I did sort them. They were a bit of a mess on the ironing board there, and I'm like, okay, how can I figure out what piece is which when I keep flipping through everything? So there we go. I love free patterns, you know, and Bear Creek Quilt Company has many, many free patterns, so check them out. They're all for free. Free, 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 nothing better than free. All right, so this is cascading down at the beginning of this quilt, or here, this part of it is red. So, but the next color to be introduced would be green. So I'd have to be starting off a green chunk, like a small green square, and then my normal little white square that I would use. And of course, I'm alternating between these 3 beautiful ones right here. I got a little tiny cardinal, and then some birds with the, you know, new branches, but it's got a little bit of green on it and brown. And then these cute little mices or mises with little lamps and hats. I don't know. I thought it was cute. Okay, so if we want that to go in order, that would go there, and then we need a green small. And I don't think we've introduced this one yet. My green is very scrappy. I mean, some of the other ones are pretty much the same. I've got, you know, the same of the Gingerbread Man, the same of the, you know, the Snowman, and the, you know, the looks like cookie cutters and stuff like that. You know, I have those all cut out, but as of the same, but the green is very scrappy. I've got all sorts of green bits. I have a lot of green fabric. What sounds yummy? Oh, pumpkin bread. Mmm. I didn't think I was gonna like pumpkin bread, and someone made us a loaf. I'm not sure. I think I did something good, and they made us a homemade loaf of pumpkin bread, and it was like the best. It disappeared in like 2 days. I felt actually kind of sad. I gobbled it up. Pop and I and Munchkin, we gobbled it up so bad, but. Yeah, we'll do a few things. I'm thinking enough Christmas fabric for a table runner. What do you think? Yeah, I hope so. What was it, the measurements? I hope it was enough. You don't need too much. I think the one for the 10-minute table runner was 3 half quarters and, or no, sorry, 3 fat quarters, not half quarters, 3 fat quarters and 1 like it was a quarter yard. So, I mean, and you can mix and match, or you can just have 2 solids of the same, you know, amount or that sort of thing. So we'll figure it out. There's lots of free stuff out there. And we'll just share. All right, so if that's green, and then my mouse, and then I need my red fabric, because again, we are transitioning down, and in the play of things, it should be this one here with the bird houses, the cute little bird houses. And then from there, the piece should be the birds, the little birds with the trees and the branches, and then the next is a blue piece. So we'll put these guys all back over here. And the blue, as we're transitioning along, we got Santa Claus and then cardinals again, and then snowmans and stuff like that. So we'll do the snowman. I think it's time we put the snowman in there. Just kind of want to mix and match. Some of you are not going to have so much mix and match with, like the reds, unless I brought in a plaid, but it's a little too late to me to bring in a plaid, I think, at this point in time for the red. So, you know, just mix and match and keep going. It'll be busy. And then we'll put the cardinal. And make sure you're placing whatever fabric you have as directional, make sure it's staying as directional. All right, so another red piece. We'll put this snowman here, because I'm just trying to make the mix and match. And then the next would be the mouse fabric, and then green. And of course I have a lot of green, so we can mix that up a bit. Let's see what we got going on here. What haven't we used in a while? Let's use that one. There we go, because that's way up over there. So we'll put that there. And then we will put our Birdie fabric. And then our black, which what we haven't used in a bit is the present fabric with the dots in the background. I got a big chunk of that. And that's just this way and that. It doesn't matter about that one. But there's one particular present that, you know what, if I put it this way, I seem to get 2 presents that are pretty much directional, and the other 2 are kind of on the side. So that would be my choice when I lay that out, is to put that in that direction. You know, I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. Higgledy-piggledy, crazy-wazy, you know, whatever makes you happy. You know, life shouldn't be that stressful. All right, now I need to at least pick another, I think, if according to the pattern, which is underneath here. Isn't it? Yeah, here it is. As I'm laying this out. Figure out what the next row is. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10th row. Okay, so it would be a solid piece after this. Okay, so which would be, I need a solid of blue. And in the sequence of that, I'm going to use the blue cardinal for the very bottom. Okay, all right. So that's my next row all planned out. Oops, sorry, I think that's in the way. I apologize. I didn't mean for that to be in the way. Well, welcome and happy you're here. This is a super duper easy pattern. Hopefully you have like a jelly roll or some fabric you can cut up into 2.5-inch strips. And you only need about, really, you could do this with just only 2 colors, because if you did this as a red, the white, the red, the white, the red, the white, the red, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. It would still be kind of neat. It's the whole cascading idea of the pattern, right? It's what it looks like when it's all done. It's the whole like transition from left to right, or that sort of thing. That's what gives it that whole little funky effect. So. No, it's not Gnome Fabric. That's actually Halie's project that she sent us. It's going to be on Long on Wednesday, so stay tuned. I've got that and the table runner, the star table runner that I made a couple of weekends, or not a couple of weekends, but a while ago on weekend projects. That'll also be part of. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. There we go. This one here. That one and Halie's project. Okay. This one right here. She sent that to us. And there's actually gnomies on the other side. So I will show it off so you can see how beautiful that is. Isn't it adorable? I love it. I love it. Yeah, so it's going to be Long Arm Wednesday. So I'm going to do the 2-up because I thought it'd be nice, because I'd like to do them as matching fabrics to be able to display out here in the quilt shop. So, and I thought nice being matching on the back. I know isn't it beautiful? It's a stunner. Love it. Yeah. So that one there. You will see Get Quilting up on Long Arm Wednesday. And this one here, which has been a past project. So they're about the same size. So I thought, well, actually Halie's is a little bit bigger, but I thought it'd be nice to be able to do them, from one after the other sort of thing. I know, they're cute. Love it. Thank you so much, my dear. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's sew this row. Let's sew the row, let's sew the row, let's sew the row. All right, let's move some of these guys out of the way, because I know me, and we're going to get things all over the place. All right, yeah, so that goes there. And just kind of mix and match if you can. I mean, like I said, even just 2 solid colors would make this a beautiful quilt. I know, it's super, 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 duper, duper cute. All right. So let's work from left to right. How's everybody? What's going on? What's going on for dinner? We're having homemade hamburgers on Kaiser buns and chippies. And that's just like potato chips. So we haven't had them in like forever, so we're doing that as a treat tonight. Awesome! People love Christmas placemats. I mean, because it's such, you're sitting down to dinner, you're enjoying and like celebrate and just enjoy everything about it, right? I've made them for Pop and I and Munchkin, and yeah. Binding placemats for Mom for Christmas. Very nice, Becky. Eating breakfast? Well, of course you are, Sassalit. You're in the future. Make some extra. Tacos in the bag. Okay, what's that, Sammy D? I'm hand sewing binding on a table runner for Mom. Very nice. I bet she appreciates that extra hand stitch touch. Turkey, beans. We froze some. Oh, very nice. Charity baby quilts. Very nice, Vanessa. You having burgers too? Great minds think alike. Palms here. Well, that's normally French for apples, Helly, so I'm not sure what what POMMES is in relation to food. Claudette, Miss Claudette, happy you're here. Hello, Sharka. I'm glad you're here too. Thumbs up. Everybody, thumbs up. Oh, French fries. Okay. Oh no. Okay, I got confused with the apple and potato. I get those two of the French words confused. They're very similar to me. They're probably completely different to everybody else, but they're similar to me. Taco into the bag. Is it a small bag Doritos? Oh, crushed up with all the taco fixins, beef, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese. What? No dishes? What? It's crazy. Hello, Billy. happy you're here. Homemade chicken soup. Oh, I love homemade chicken soup, Tanya. I love homemade chicken soup. Just a fork. Nice. That's my kind of dinner. We may have to try that. Are you interested in that, Pop? You like the ranch Doritos? Pardon? No, I didn't mean tonight, but I mean, does that interest you? Marching tacos, big hit with football. I could see why. That seems like an awesome idea. I've never even seen it or heard of that before. Walking tacos. Apparently, okay. All right. I'm seriously out of the loop. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Very neat. Okay. Well, we know what we're having, and I'm excited to have that. That's for sure. So green, little small green piece and a little small white piece are going to get sewn together. And then just to kind of keep this, oops, we're missing one. Oh no, that was the top. There we go. I think we're missing one still here, aren't we? Da-da-da. Because that goes there to there and there. Somehow I'm missing one. All right, it's the Birdie's. It's the Birdie fabric. Anyways, that goes there. I was going to say with so few at the same time, but no, I think I'm just going to get myself confused, so we may not want to do that. It's so easy. Okay, I'm not the only one out of the loop there, Becky. That's good. Because I was like, tacos in a bag. I've seen all the taco fixins on like cooked tater tots, and I thought that was pretty awesome. I think it was at a potluck, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. I like that idea. But they had bell peppers on it. But you know, other than that, it was a fantastic idea. You just kind of ruin it with the bell peppers. Call that taco on the run. I would too. Let's grab your taco and go. That's a great one if you got kids doing for sports and stuff like that, so they can kind of gobble in the car. Or, you know, it's quick and easy, even if it's just a snack, you know. You got the Doritos, the ground beef, you know, the lettuce and tomato, you know. It's not a bad idea, actually. It's a good idea. That's a very, very, very good idea. We had actually leftover baked potatoes with beans, wieners and beans today, so that was really good. I enjoyed it. What you making? What am I making? A mess, really. If you were to ask anyone, they'd say probably a mess. We are making the Graceful Cascade by Bear Creek Quilting Company, sorry. Bear Creek Quilting Company. Many free patterns there. Check them all out. This one is one of the free ones there. It's a great way to bust your scraps. It's a bit of a cascading fabric as you're going down the line, because I've got red, blue, red, green, black, blue, red, and then it's just kind of keep going and going. And of course up here now I've started with green, so it's going to start cascading green down, and then, you know, blue's going to disappear and the black's going to make its way down, that sort of thing there. So I'm just trying to finish off this row, and then I will pin it to this and sew it together, give it a press, and then we'll see what another row adds. Oh, for sure. It's a fantastic website. Many. And if you're stuck on what to do with the panel, you don't know what to do with the panel, it has probably, I don't know, 10 different ways to centerpiece a panel and quilt blocks and do quilt blocks around it, or make this fancy pattern with quilt blocks to go around your panel. So if you've been stuck and didn't know what to do with something for a very long time, hopefully that little website will help inspire you. And I have no connection to them at all. I don't know them from Jack the Bear. But you know, just I found them. It was free. I thought it was a pretty pattern, and went for it. So. And sharing it with you guys. Sharing it with my homies. Happy you're here, Vicky. Someone actually last week asked about my back, and I thought they were asking about my mom. I don't know where I read that in the small chat, but nonetheless. My back is much better. I'm still a little hesitant in some places what I'm doing. I did some gentle shoveling earlier today, just so I could, because it got really warm here, and some of the snow that we had on the deck has melted, and I wanted to move the barbecue closer for when the power goes out, because it will. That's just, you know, inevitable here. You know, and we have something to cook with, and it's not buried in the snow halfway across the deck. So, all right, so I'm gonna pin this row that I just did where it needs to be, and these little intersections are important because it makes a nice direct line. It should be white, but you know, I've used white in various colors and shades here, but you know, you get the understanding of it, and those are the important ones you need to pin at. Okay. Oh, I pulled a muscle bending over to love Sophie. We were outside playing. I was kicking the ball and doing this and doing that, and then she came in, and then she had a little T-R-E-A-T. I feel like if I say the word, she may react because she's right over there. And I was bending down and twisting and rubbing her belly and just, you know, telling her she was a good girl. And yeah, the back said otherwise. So it was a lot of what's going on here and a couple of colorful words, and then of course Sophie was like, well, like, what's going on? You're not loving me anymore. Because by that time I was kind of like crying because I couldn't move. Yeah. It was not pretty. Let's just put it that way. It was not pretty. Snowy and windy here in Upper Michigan. Actually, it's beautiful today. We got like +8 degrees and snow's melting. It was raining, now the sun is shining. It's like winter what? But we know it's coming around again, so we are prepared now. Like I said, I got happy to move the shovel, the whatever snow was on the deck out of the way so I can move the barbecue closer. So to me, that's essential. And then it's like make a little bit more room at the end of the deck so we can put the stand that the generator sits in. Make room for that, because that's essential. So give me a clue on making this pattern bigger. Just add a couple of, another section. That's all you have to do. I've made it bigger. It says 5 on there. I'm doing 6. You can clearly make it even more. You don't even have to stop there. If you find that you want to, when you get to the bottom, or the top in this case, or whatever, you can just go and add on a whole other section just in line with whatever the piece is going to be coherent with, you know, what's going on, right? You just have to cut more fabric. So, but it would be interesting to do a border in that way too, especially if it was different fabrics. Not everybody does, Rebecca. Aw, we having people, friends in the channel? I love it we got friends in the channel. Chat amongst yourselves. Go ahead. Have fun. So has everybody got their tree up? I'm so happy to have ours up. This is our third year? Yeah, third year with our fake tree, which I love. Honest to goodness, I never thought I would, but Pop found the right one for me to love, let me tell you. And I spent probably about 45 minutes to an hour fluffing out branches last night just to make sure it, you know, was filled up and looks pretty. And, you know, I don't like a whole lot of ornaments on our tree, so I'll put just a few of my favorite ones on, and, you know, because I'm usually decorating it by myself. And so I put what I like. So, and I can see it from here. You can't, but it's right there behind you. And it's all pretty and all lit up. I will have to get the stool and put the star at the top though, because right now it's just kind of flopped at the top. Wherever I could tippy-toe and flopped it into the top of the tree, that's where it went. Well, I guess I'll have to do for now. Actually, Papa had a headache, so he went to lay down yesterday. That's why I did it that way. I didn't want to go and get the stool and make noise on the floor. Or I was being so quiet, which is so rare for me. All right, make sure all our pins are out. There we go. And there's our beautiful row sewing on. Super cute. Love the fabrics. I like the snowmans right there with the little hats and their scarves, and then, you know, even that, it's green. It's got like a little vine to it, but it's quite pretty. I like that. You know, it doesn't necessarily always have to scream Christmas fabric, you know. And then this, like this one over here, this looks like a bit of a starburst or something green going on there. So, you know, we could use plain red, you can use plain black, you can, you know, whatever works for you, right? Okay, let's do a little press. Okay, let's put these beautiful treasures off to the side here. There. Get them ready for Wednesday's video. There we go. I like that. It's beautiful transition, right? It's cascading. It's like, you know, when you see the lights and they go, you know, they cascade down. It's quite beautiful. So, like I said, I thought maybe I made a mistake and I should have had those as solid, but, you know, I like it now, and it is what it is. Next time I know. You know, do something a little bit different. I think this would be good in Halloween fabric too. You know, if you did like the orange and green and purple and black and orange and green, and then had these all white too, that would stand out, right? So there's many ways to do it, you know. The only limitation is your imagination. All right, so we left off at the other side here. Doop, doop. All right, now it'd be a bigger piece. That would be the 2.5 by 4.5 of the green now necessary for this spot, because we're moving that green down, moving the red down, the blue down, and so on and so forth. So let's find the right green. I have one here. There we go. I kind of like that one. So that one would go there, and then we would use our next fabric available here, which would be the cardinal. So there, and then we need our red piece, which is a whole piece, and just kind of transitioning what piece is next. It would be something along this line here with the cookie cutters, and this is kind of all over fabric, so I'm trying to look on something on this piece, and it could look like a little reindeer here. He looks like he's upright. The bottom of a gingerbread man too, he's got a leg on there, and then a little holly leaf there as well. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, that looks like it. That would be the directional way I'd like that there. And then again, picking my next fabric in line would be the little mousers with the hats and the little lamps. Okay, and then our blue. And then see what we could do there would be, looks like the sleds. The sleds is appropriate. It's a bit of a darker blue, but you know, I still think if you're balancing it out, it's okay. It looks pretty on the screen there. looks pretty. Needs decorating. Yeah, I put mine up last night and then fluffed it out and stuff. I actually got stabbed by it a couple of times, like 4 or 5 times, or 6 or 7. Anyways, it's from you war wounds there. No tree this year? What? You gotta have a tree. We always have a tree. Big or small, we've always have a tree. Just not Christmas without a tree. All right, okay, so now we found our blue. Now we need to put our birdie piece there, the little birdies on the branches, and then the next is a red, and then kind of in sequence with this, not trying to be too cluttered with it, would be not gingerbread, not that, let's say the snowmans, there we go, put the snowmans there. And then we need to put our cardinal, and then our whole piece of green, which we have lots to choose from here because we've got a bit of a collection, so we can kind of mix and match. There, this one hasn't been used in a bit, so let's use this one. There, that's a nice dark piece. And then back to our little square, which we need is the little mousers with the lamps. And then our black piece, which we haven't used the ribbon, this beautiful ribbon fabric. We haven't used that in a bit, so let's use that there. And then one more would be the birdie. And I think it would be a half piece on the end, but we can get to that when we get there. This is kind of, we're just trying to build out the line, and it will be a blue piece. So now, of course, I have blue whole pieces and some blue small pieces. There we go. So we can choose. We've got lots to choose from. All right. Thought it was Clive at my pant legs, but I'm wearing shorter pants today because I was outside. It was nice, so I thought, oh, I'm putting some like capris on, man. I don't like too many ornaments. I like to be able to see the tree and just see the special ornaments in between and stuff like that. Like, I'll be known to, eliminate a few ornaments for, 2 or 3 years in cycle of, bringing some new ones out and, just rotating them. So, but there's a few I wanted to make sure they got on the tree this year. For sure. Oh, yucky. Actually, Pop said literally about a half hour to an hour before the shoot that he was having a little bit of, and I'm like, yeah. I don't like that. I know it's creeping around. It kind of does. I didn't think about that until you just said that, Diane57. It kind of does look like a Bargello. Yeah, but it's Cascade. It's a free pattern from Bear Creek Quilt Company. Check it out. Like I said, I don't know them. They don't know me. I really like the pattern, and it was free, and it teaches you, actually, if you want to learn how to do mitered corners, if you haven't seen the video that I've actually done a mitered corner in, it was a baby quilt, then actually 2 times I think I did it. Anyways, they show you in the pattern as well to do a mitered corner, because it's got some very fancy ribbony fabric on the outside edge through the border, and how to match it up, and it shows you how to do it miter style. So if you want to try something new, that's the way to do it. I find it a bit of a fabric waster, but if you wanted to do something like that with the match, then it would be stunning, I'm sure. I would probably, because I don't want to mess up on camera, I would probably do lots of pieces already sewn with their bottom counterpart. You know what I mean? I would think about it just and then that sort of thing. But because I'm trying to lay it out and not make a mistake and talk and have fun at the same time, I'm trying to just either kind of progressing 2 at a time or just one piece after the other, and really enjoying the auto cut of my system without wasting threads. I'm sure there's a faster way, and I always say that, I'm sure if you just thought about it, you may think of a faster way to progress on things. It might be, you know, easier, or it may not be easier. So it depends on how many fabrics you have and how you want to lay it out, structural wise, color wise. You know, you don't want too many of the dark reindeers together. Like, you don't want 2 or 3 of those side by side. That's going to take away from the whole scrappy feel of the block, right? Or of the quilt. Well, he's had oranges, which is good because we picked some up at Costco when we went the other day. So we both been eating some oranges, and I made sure to pretty much had oranges in the house for the past couple weeks, just to get our natural vitamin C. I'm more into the natural vitamins than I am to the, you know, manufactured stuff. So. Stitch only had what? There's new things I learned about mine all the time, you know. Seriously. It depends on how you use it, right? And what you need it for. You know, I do a lot of alterations, hemming, you know, sometimes, you know, bridesmaid dresses, grad dresses, you know, bride dresses themselves. You know, hemming pants, you know, sometimes you know, it's a hand stitch instead of a machine stitch, you know, fixing bathing suit tops, you know, you name it. Always doing zippers for jackets, new zippers and jackets. There's so many threads that they put in. Yeah, exactly. When in doubt, read the manual. If you're looking for something to do or something to learn on your machine, read the manual. You'd be very surprised. Or you open up that box of feet that it came with and you go, hey, what's this foot? And what can I do with it? Check in the manual. Do-do. All right, now let's figure out what size we needed. It should be just, I think, a quarter piece. All right, up here, line that up. I believe it is just a quarter piece of blue. What should it be? What should it be? What should it be? Do we have snowmans? Do we have snowmans in the blue? We may not. I was kind of limited on the blue. Don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. Uh-oh, I may have to find some more blue. Santa, a short Santa. I need a short Santa blue. All right, hold on. See if I can find it. Digging in the box. Oh, not too bad. All right, here we go. Now, I gotta move my mess. That's okay. We can do it. We can do it. Move that over here, over there, up there. Where's my ruler? There it is. Oy. Move that over there, move that over there. So I want a 2.5 by 4.5. That's what I want. Of course, I want to treat this as directional fabric, see, because Mr. Santa Claus is going this way. So we're just going to cut a 2.5 inch strip off here and cut a couple of 4s, because I'm sure I'll need at least another one. Question is, where is? Forget it, found it! I do not like the mall, so I will not even go near a mall, and I pretty much haven't been near a mall since Halloween. So anything I like and want to order for Christmas is, you know, ordered online, and I pray it arrives, especially with their lackadaisical postal service. You know, all we can do is hope. I said to the boys, it may come after Christmas. I'm really sorry. But I don't know. I'm not a mall person. Just not my favorite thing to do at all. I would rather sit in the dental chair than hang out in the mall. All right, so let's put this here. There we go. Okay, put that down there. I don't enjoy it. I barely stand Costco on a Saturday morning. Trust me, or trust Pop. I don't do well. I don't do well in crowds. I don't do well with a lot of people hanging around. I don't know. I used to, help my mom in the flower shop too, so I think that's where I get it from. I've spent my time there. I don't need any more. It's kind of like I've done my time. I'm tapping out. All right, now we got to put a little blue piece on the bottom there, a little Santa Claus. To finish that row out, we're going to pin it up and sew it down. Pin it up, sew it down. Pin it up, sew it down. Sounds like a song. Somebody make a song. Costco, I'm going to take you up on that, Kelly. Next time I got to go. I'm going to try it first thing on a Monday morning. Apparently 1:30 in the afternoon is the next best time to go. So, because everybody's done from their lunch hour running over to Costco. And yeah, that's what I heard. It was the next time was between 1:30 and like 3. Well, that's it. They're pushy people, and they're so rude, and I'm kind of really friendly, and I don't want anybody, I don't want any hostile feelings or tendencies or, at all. And I feel like when you kind of put me in that sort of situation, you're just asking for me to go ape crazy, really. It's like, see how far we could push her. And especially when it's rude people, Munchkin and I experienced something yesterday at Costco. We were, waiting in line to the membership. I had a couple of questions, but anyways, and this guy kind of comes out of nowhere and budges in between us. But I don't know what the situation was before we got there. So I'm like, all right, well, just be cool, Yes, Brenda. Amazon Prime. Alright, so I think this is row 11, right? Because we did 10 already. Or is this 10? I'm not sure. We'll count. And of course you can make it as wide as you like. And if you want borders on it, put borders on it. It's another way to bust your scraps is, putting little 2-inch squares all the way around. A little row of white, another, section of 2-inch squares, Oops, that was way too shy towards the seam there. Back that baby up. Try that again. I was just looking for a hole, so there we go. Much better. Sometimes fabric moves on you. I think this would be very pretty in rainbow colors as you're working your way, especially if you had to do a nice big quilt, because you would get all the colors in there. Because this giving you 6 of, not necessarily the same colors, but if you did 6 different colors, that gives you 50 inches approximately. So, if you want to do 8 or 10 colors, you're looking at, 60, 70, 72, whatever, 64. That would, you can transition into the whole rainbow that way, that would be beautiful. Whether it be color or 2-tone or 3-tone or whatever, I think it would be, I think you can have a lot of fun with this pattern. Bless your heart. Oh, no, what you heard like this? I hope nobody's hurting. Nobody, I don't want anybody hurting. Okay, that piece is on. Beautiful. All right. We're making our way. Then we'll give it a little press. I think it's coming along. It's my busy Christmas quilt. My busy cascading Christmas quilt. And really only one seam needs to match up, and that's the one that forms these, you know, tiny squares on the angle, on the diagonal, right? So, it's looking lovely. I love it. I love the black. The black with the white is very pretty. Very pretty. I like it. It's working for me. All right, now pop this out again and build our next row. So again, it'd be a solid piece of green, and I haven't used this piece up there, but do I want to use that piece, or do I want to use the little bears in the socks, or do I want to use a different piece like this one? Yeah, I think we'll use this one, the one with the little sparkle on it, sparkle star. Okay, move this over a bit. Then I'm going to lay out my row. So we need my birds in the trees and another red. And the red I would like to be is the Gingerbread Man. Okay. And then I need the cardinal. There we go. And then the blue full piece would be the trees. Where's my trees? Am I out of trees? Oh no, I'm at trees. I got trees small ones. Oh, all right, maybe I got trees. Do I got trees? Oh, I got trees. Yeah, hey, I got trees. Okay, all right, let's give that a little press. So excited. I just cut a bunch of fabrics last week, so I was just kind of guesstimating. All right, and it's important, you know, these are directional fabrics. I want to kind of make sure I have enough. Build something out at least, even if it's just a lap quilt. At least I got a lap quilt out of my scrappy bits. Something that I didn't have before, so. Okay, that's there. And then of course we want 6.5. No. Move the whole quilt. 6. Okay, plop that there. And plop those. Listen, buddy. There we go. All right, there's that one. There's. Now we need the mousers with the little candles. And they're all over the place. I'm just trying to find somebody who's kind of directional on them, to kind of sticking it that way. And then the red, which we want, is the birdhouses. And then the trees. And the green. The green. Let's do this one. Do this one. Now we need black. And we need the cardinal. There we go. And then black should be, I think, a square. That should actually come down to there. So black should really only be a tiny square. So what can we do there? Oh, Santa's belly. Okay. All right. We'll figure that out. Whoa, lots of chat. I can't wait to read it this week. There's no way I can catch up on that. I'm sorry. I'm going to sew this row on, okay? So here we go. That would be, oh, no. think I may have to put a longer one there. Let's just wait. All right, so top to bottom, let's put this one together. Replicating, uh-oh. Yeah, no, I don't, the bucket is still overwhelming. Like, I think if I said to myself, you know, we were gonna build a Christmas quilt out every year, every month next year, we could. Might all be very similar fabrics in the end, but you know, we do it. All right, so green with the little birdies. And then we're gonna add the Gingerbread Man. Of course, Gingerbread Man, he's all over the place, right? But because this guy right here, he's more standing upright than, you know, than trying to place it that way. I'm gonna put him this way in the square, right? So when I lay him out, I'm gonna make sure he goes that way. Sorry, not sorry. I can't wait to read what's going on. It's like the drama. It's like the dynasty of the quilt shop. Somebody try to get in here and all sass talk me. Hope not. Okay, all right, let that one there. Let's add these two, and then we'll add it to the bottom of the red. Ooh, there we go, match that up. Cardinals in the gingerbread. Not literally. Looks like a bunch of Christmas cards. I hope so. And that's kind of, you know, when I saw all this wackadoodle, you know, fabric I had going on, and I'm like, it's all very busy. Like, can I make something out of it? And I thought, you know, I'm going to try. I'm going to try real hard. I'm going to give it my best effort to make something out of all this. So, without adding a solid fabric, you know, to help complement things, I thought, you know, I can do it. I know I can. I just hope it turns out okay and does not look like somebody, you know, like it was a big mistake. I don't want it to look like it was a mistake. I want it to look pretty, you know, I want people to, you know, like it. If I happen to give it away to somebody, I don't want them to think, oh, thanks, but no thanks. Okay, now, moving on down the road. Oh, that's got a bit of a cut on top. Do I have another piece? What color was that? That was green, wasn't it? Oh, there we go. I almost got a big slice on the top of it there. Look at that. I don't know how that happened, but oh well, though. Not for this project. Pop's block of the month will be on Thursday, so you'll see that on the weekend, so you guys can get your quilt finished up for someone for Christmas. So here's hoping. Fingers crossed. I can't wait to see everybody who's finished all the blocks. Or if you didn't have a favorite of the 1 month and you did 2 and you put it in there, that's fine. We'd love to see it. But you have to wait for the layout that we do come Thursday. Okay, so look forward to that. I'm very much looking forward to doing it for a weekend project. I can't wait. I can't wait to put that beautiful thing together. All right, no, it's a whole piece of black that we need. So we haven't used the black cardinal in a bit, so let's use that one. There we go. So let's put those two together. Oh, make sure that's right side. Don't be silly on the nilly. Okay, there we go. do. Hello, hello, hello. Happy you're here. Happy, 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 happy holiday to you. We're having a good day. Sun was shining. It was very foggy this morning. I'm kind of glad we didn't go anywhere. I made breakfast for Pop and I. We had fried egg on English muffin with some bacon. It was delicious. All right, so we need a white piece, which should be the Mousers, right? And a tiny square of blue. That's where I was going a little crazy there. Okay, so tiny square of blue. We'll put that as a little sled chunk. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, it's actually Pop's one of his favorites. He said that, and I'm so pleased with it, and how it all comes together is stunning. Like, if anybody didn't partake in it throughout the whole year, it's your loss. You missed out. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. All right, so put that there. There we go. I had like two mice kind of being the same way. And one was off to the side. So I took the one that had the two looking the same. There we go. Isn't that cute with a little mouser fabric with the little hat and the little tails? Can you see that? Hopefully you can see it. I keep talking about it. Little mousers, little lamps. And then the sled. Okay, so we'll add that to the bottom of this, and then that's another row we get to add on to our beautiful project. And we're working it, we're working it. And I haven't decided how big I'm going to do it. We're clearly going to be ending next weekend, and we'll figure out a border. I'll figure out a border beforehand. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's flip and stitch. Oh, here we go. Flip, 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 and pin and stitch. Yeah, sew them all together. Sew them together. It's a good way to use a bit of fabric that you didn't know quite what to do with, and if you chunk it up and build it with other colors, it seems to complement it. You know, maybe if some fabric you're not so, thrilled about, that's how you can, build it out to something else. Let it just be a piece of, instead of the whole statement of the fabric, right? Let it be a piece of something else. And I bet you'd find that you like the fabric once again. So just pinning at those little crucial intersections where the squares come down, or whichever way you're looking at it. That's pretty much the only place you have to pin, because the rest should line up like bibbidi bobbidi boo. So. All right, so let's pin and sew, which is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Row 12. Okay, we're sewing on row 12. And I think after this, if you wanted to even just put a small border on it, it'd be a great lap quilt for somebody, right? But I think you'd probably have to look at about 16 to 20 blocks or 20 rows before you had a half decent like lap quilt for somebody as a gift, even if you did no border on it, right? You could always make the backing part of the border if you did it bigger and then just flipped it and stitched it, you know what I mean? If you made sure there was enough pieces. Uh-oh, oh, there we go, got a thread stuck. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, kids have a tendency to drive everybody mad. Especially when they're so excited this time of year, It's like really only 3 weeks till Christmas when you think about it. So. Oop, that one's on the floor. There's always one that hit the floor. There's always one that hits the floor. Okay. Doo-doo. Bye. See you later. Have a great day. Okay. Make sure I got all my pins out. There we go. That's that row on. Lovely. All right, give it a little press. And then we'll plan out the next row. Making progress, man. Look at us go. Fabric is there to get used, so you got to think of a way to use it, right? As much as it's nice to look at, I think you'd enjoy it more if it was actually in a quilt. Bye, Valerie. See you soon. Okay, so the next piece would be a white at the top, so that would be a cardinal. So it'll be cardinal up there, and then a full green, which we could use as the dogs and the socks. And then we have, after the cardinal is the mice. Yes. Oh, there we go. There we go. And then the red piece would be the snowmans. And then the next piece would be the birds and the trees. And then blue would be the Santa. There we go. Those there. And then another cardinal. And red, which we could use as the cookie. Yeah, the cookie. There we go. This is kind of, I don't know, snowflake. Nah, I think it's red to have the tree that way. Okay, now green. Need to put them little mousers and a full green. And let's use the moose. The moose, the beaver, and the squirrel. Okay, there we go there. And then little birds in the tree. And should be a square of black, I think. Or maybe a little piece. I think it's a little piece of black. So we'll use that as, I could do that there. Okay, all right, let's put that one together. It does, doesn't it? He grows an awesome beard. He grows an awesome beard. He looks very handsome. Very, very handsome. Aw, good for you. That's amazing. I don't think Pop and I have a chance in hell, so we're all right. We're going to adopt fur babies. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give fur animals a place to be loved at. And someone to love. We've adopted all of our animals. Didn't matter what their age they were. Yep. Little fur babies need a home. I think I make a good grandma, but honest to goodness, I don't think there's a chance. Yeah. Surprise me, you, and everybody else there, Diane. All right. Oh, I thought I put my trees upside down there with little birdies on it, but I didn't. It's just the way one of them looked. We're very happy with our Sophie. She is one of the bestest, but it does make me think we should probably get another one before she gets too old to help train them, right? So, because she's, you know, come in May, she'll be 6, so. And I really would like to get one probably before the end of next year. Hello, 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 happy you're here. Putting this on, making another row for this scrappy Christmas cascade. Christmas Graceful Cascade. Sorry, that's what Pop has called it. That's what we're doing. And then next week we'll finish it off. And then the few weekends after that, until the new year, we'll work on just live stream project, like just you know, and we'll talk about other things and talk about what we got going on for Christmas, and you can share your stuff on the Mafia page. And if you you know, it's Facebook, so look up Quilt Shop, Mama Pop Quilt Shop Mafia, and you just have to answer 3 simple questions. Just make sure you're not a robot. And you get in the group, and we're very helpful, suggestive, you know, of you, and help pinpoint problems too that you may not have seen. You know, you had one block that was turned and it should have been the right way. We don't want you quilting that up with that mistake in there. We'll help you. We'll help you. You know, if you're having color choice issues, we'll help you. You know, having trouble ideas of how to quilt stuff up, we can give you suggestions, or you just send it to me and I'll do it for you. That's Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, 127 Trafalgar Road, Hillsburg, Ontario, N0B1Z0. All right, let's flip that over and put that there. And, oh, I should have added a big one, not a little one. Snaggle bottoms. Okay, seam ripper, you're my best friend. Seam ripper. You're my best friend till the very end. Seam ripper. Okay, big or black, not small or black. We'll fix it. Well, you don't have to be, you know, you can just send us emails, you know, info@wesewit.ca if you want to share your stuff. We read it. You know, we try and share it with people, you know, that sort of thing. You don't have to be on Facebook. You can just email us. We appreciate your time and the effort that you take to share your day. All right, okay, so buggered on that one. So let's get a big black, not a little black, and I think I want Santa Claus. Santa Claus, I think I want myself a Santa Claus. There we go. And then it's a small white. That's what it is, and it should be the Cardinal. The Cardinal, the long, I have to say it with a French accent, you know what I mean? Oui, oui. Where is the likes, people? Thumb up it right now. Do what you like. Get on it. Exactly. Glad you pointed that out, Cherie. Give them the what fors. All right, there we go. So that should be row 13, if I am not mistaken. Ready to rock and roll, ready to rock and roll, ready to rock, ready to rock, ready to rock and roll. That should go up there. There we go. Okay, just make sure I'm in the right spot. And flip and pin at these very crucial intersections. And then we'll pin it. Pin it, pin it, pin it, pin it, pin it. I even pin the top, like, you know, right here. You know, most people don't, but I just kind of make sure that everything's kind of staying in line. I don't want anything going off wonky. I have a challenge of that of my own, you know. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. David's giving away puppies. What? I bet you'd be cute. Puppies are cute this time of year. The kids are obviously where I cross guard at. They're getting very excited. You know, they've been pajama day at school, and then there was one that the whole family, they're all dressed in Christmas pajamas, you know. So I said, oh, you're getting excited for Christmas, and, you know, so on and so forth. And apparently one of the moms were saying to the children that Santa doesn't bring puppies, doesn't bring animals or babies. And I thought, you know what? That is a great policy to stick to. Thank goodness for Santa. You know, Santa doesn't bring babies or puppies or small animals. Because I think that's where a lot of families are just overwhelmed. You know, when you get a small animal, or if you get an animal at all, you're looking at anywhere from a 12 to 20-year commitment, right? So, you know, and that's what you have to be signed up for. You know. 12 to 20 years, depending on which animal you have, you know. And even some cats live longer than that. I know there was one cat that we knew of lived to like 25 or 26 years old, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you, what? Had no idea cats could live that long. So well, you figure Mr. Clive is at least like half his age. Well, that's it, right? You know, so I just thought it was a great statement that she made, and I kind of, you know, we've obeyed by that. I'm sure, because any of our pets ever came for Christmas or birthdays or anything like that. So. Did I turn it off, or it must be the batteries? No, I think it's this one, honey, because it was black.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay. Pop to the rescue! Are we all good? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. The one on my pack went. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, it happens. If not one, it's the other. All right, okay. Let's put this over here to get it ironed. Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't that lovely? Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. It's pretty. Is that even possible? Oh, that's some funky video. That was weird. All right, next piece. Next piece. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So this would start off as the square to the next one that's feeding down, which would be the blue. No, it would be black. I'm sorry. It would be the, no, hold on. If it goes green, black, blue, red, green, black, blue, red, right? Green, black, no. We figured this out. Okay, so next this would be with the Mousers, and he would go right there, and then that would be green, and of course the green we would want to use this nice bright dark one, but it's bright with the white and the red on it. And then after the Mousers is the birdies and the trees, and then the red, which we would want to be the little bird houses. I think we're gonna have to cut some more fabric. There we go. And then we need the cardinals and the blue. And the blue we're going to use as the other blue cardinals. Those are in here, I'm sure, somewhere. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Bippity bobbity boo. Okay. Hi, Bobby. You want to come say hi to peoples? Come here. Come here, say hi. Hello. Say hi, everybody. I'm Sophie. I'm Mama's favorite. I'm Mama's favorite. Yes, she is. All right, so I think that actually would be the blue. So let's do a small cardinal blue up there. There we go. And then the next one would be the mouse and red. And red we will put as the Gingerbread Man. And then the little tree with the birdies. And then the green, hi baby. We'll use this one here. Here we go. And this is a cardinal. And then it would be, I think, a small square. No, it would be a half square. One of these guys. There we go. At the end. Okay. All right. Let's sew that one on. Sorry. Looking good. I like what I see in the camera. Get something to drink here. What? Hi. What, you gonna say hi? Come up here. There he goes. There he goes. Hiya, babies. All right, over here. Thank you. Good girl. All right, let's sew this row on. Okay, as what's disappearing off the page really is the next color. So it's blue. It's blue. I just was questioning myself there for a second. I'm like, why is that not making any sense? Next it will be black. And then green. And then red. Okay. Harlow. Oh, I like that. Bulldog Harlow. I like the name Harlow. That's very nice. Harlow. Welcome back. Or welcome front. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, next week we will be making announcements for changes that we have for the new year for 2019. So stay tuned for that. And so hopefully you don't miss a thing. There's lots of benefits to making sure you're on target, and if you follow along with the block of the months and stuff like that, there'll be benefits at the end of the year for sure. Get yourself entered into a special draw to win something very unique. So hopefully you guys partake in Munchkin. He'll be doing the block of the month. So look forward to it for the first week of January. And hopefully everybody likes what's going on. I know Munchkin is very excited. A little nervous, but excited. You know, and I expect him to be both, really. So... And not only will you see him on when he develops the block of the month, but also on putting the block a month together. He'll be my side assistant, my co-pilot for sewing it along together, okay? So we really can't wait for you guys to partake along with us. Because I'll be teaching him the know-how, the ins, the outs, the everything as we go along, because he doesn't know right now, and he needs to learn, and he's willing to learn, and we'll be doing those, you know, if he has to cut pieces, and he will be cutting the pieces, and I will be doing the sewing together, just because he's not confident with his 1/4-inch seam allowance, and, you know, I'm barely even confident with my 1/4-inch seam allowances a minute, but, you know, we'll have fun, and I'm happy he'll be my little co-pilot. I really am. I'm very much looking forward to that once a month with him by my side, working together. So. Well, that's what I said, Keardley. I really did. I said, you know what? We're all family. Just think of them as your aunts and your uncles, and you know, and people who just care about you and what you got going on, and you know, they don't care if you make mistakes. You know, everybody makes mistakes. It's who we are. We're human. You know. And I said, the fact that if you think you're not going to make a mistake, you're fooling yourself, because you will. We all make mistakes. So, all right, and then it's a full piece of black that's on the end, and I want to make sure I'm using the Rudolph. There's a little reindeer tree thingy going on here. See if I can find that piece. Oh, there we go. Right there. Oh, I like that one better. It's got the Santa Claus in there. So we use that one, okay? And that goes at the very end. There we go. Now we're rocking this row. Now we're rocking this row. I think so. I think so too, Angie. I hope so. You know, I told him, you know, you guys aren't mean or anything. You're very encouraging and helpful and loving and passionate about the craft of fabric, and, you know, and in the end, as the Quilt Marine says, it's only fabric and only thread. So really, what's stopping you is yourself, right? From making something unique and different. Exactly. And trust me, I laugh. I laugh, Ali. Oh boy, do I laugh. Seam ripper, you're my best friend. Oh, I think that had this out of sequence here. Oh, this one's actually should have been. My birds are out of sequence. Darn it, this should have been a bird. This should have been, what should this have been? This should have been a bird. Oh, snaggle bottoms. I went out of sequence. I can't believe that's the first time I messed that up. Didn't I? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I messed it up. No, not upside down. Just the wrong sequence of the little tiny squares I was using. I have them out of order. My brain farted, apparently. Sorry. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. It is very busy, Cherie, and I probably should have used a solid instead of the busy white squares, but, you know, hindsight is 20/20. So, whoops. I used what I have on hand. I didn't want to use a plain. I had this cute little Christmas fabric, so I probably could have just used the white as another square, you know what I mean? Like another piece of these, and then had the white solid as the continuous square in between, but I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. It will be what it will be, but certainly not out of sync, because that will just make me mad. Okay, so this one needs to come out, and this one needs to be the bird. All right, bird, bird, bird's the word. Let's fix that right now before I continue on. Work it as one little boo-boo section at a time. Oh well, poop happens. I don't think I really want this one as my blue start. I think I'd rather have something else. So it's a good opportunity to switch that up. I think I'd rather have that one. There we go. That one instead. See, gave me an opportunity to change something I wasn't quite happy with. All right, so now this one right here, let's rip that one out and we'll put the proper square in. Sorry, but this just goes to show you things happen, you know. I did so well for 13 rows, and then on the 14th row I made a boo-boo, so oh well. And only as I got to finish the row and the layout did I realize, you know, and that's because I'm using three different squares to represent the white square, right? So I've got birds and trees, I've got cardinals, and I got little mousers with hats and lamps. So candles, whatever, candle lamps. All right, so this one should be technically the mouse and no, it should be the cardinal instead of the mouse. Oh well, it is what it is, 'cause it can't be what it ain't. No, not sneezing. Actually, I sneezed 3 times in a row the other day. I felt very lucky because I don't normally sneeze 3 times in a row. All right, so there we go and there we go. Okay, so that is the cardinal bird, and then mouse, and then so that will be mouse and then cardinal. Okay, so there we go. This goes under here, back under here, and then attached to the green. At least I noticed it now before it actually got all put together. We used to have a German Shepherd that if you crinkled a plastic bag or a paper bag or anything like that, she'd run and hide. It baffled Pop and I forever, but we did adopt her when she was 2.5 years old, so that may explain a few things. You know, she's already had her little you know, issues beforehand. So, all right, so now taking this one out and putting the mouse in. Oh, flubberdy jibberdy. Okay. And then here, and putting the mouse in. Okay, so let's take the mouse, take a new mouse. Take a new mouse. There we go. That looks like it's going the right way. Two. Actually, I didn't get a chance to show you the beautiful, I thought was a Bonnie Hunter scrap quilt last week. So I'm kind of glad she hasn't picked it up. She's not supposed to pick it up until Friday. Her name is Mary. She does beautiful, stunning work, let me tell you. So I'll show you today once I figure this row out of my mistake. Okay, I promise to show you today. It's a beautiful piece of art. And sometimes it's kind of sad I have to get these things back. Like, oh, thanks for bringing it. Can I keep it? This is beautiful. And then when we get it quilted up, and this one we did a separate border as well for it, as a stitch out. So it turned out just amazing with beautiful black flannel backing, and it's all the stitches sand out so beautifully. You know, it's like a whole beautiful cloth in the end. So I sent her pictures already. She said she's very happy with it. So Oh, sorry about that there, Steph. I know it's probably, you know, it says Mark, but I'm sure it's Steph if I'm not mistaken. We were wondering, I said to Pop, I don't know, about a month, 2 months ago, I wondered where you were. So it was one of the names that we miss seeing. Oh yeah, countdown to 10K is on. You tell him, Pop, less than 200. Less than 200, yay! Very excited. All right, so that one was Boo Boo. And then we needed the Birdies. That's what was for this one. Indeed, indeed. We were missing you, Steph. A few things, a few quilts. We can always catch up on those on videos, but we have been missing you. Just so you know, we were thinking about you. Hopefully your ears weren't burning too much. All right, so, oh, there we go. Back over here, continue to fix my boo-boo. So down over here needs a cardinal, and this one over here needs a mouse. Okay, so rip this one out, gets a cardinal. See, these are all the things you have to pay attention to when you're putting your things together. Directional, making sure you got the proper layout, you know, because I don't want two birdies next to each other, and I don't want two cardinals next to each other, right? So I want to make sure I'm spreading the love. Would have been easier just to stick with one, and then you wouldn't have to give two hoots, but, you know, I gave a hoot, so I won't pollute. I'll make sure I'm using the right square. Come on, you. Come on, you. You are very correct, Pop. They don't. So this is a free pattern from Bear Creek Quilt Company. They have many, many patterns for you to choose from and play with, and to incorporate your own style and flair onto. They also have quite a few panel suggestions, like they have one for the fox and the blocks that go with it. You know, I did something different. You know, I did a few of my favorite blocks last year to go with my fox panel. And then, you know, you can, if you don't know, you can always make it out to an attic window or a window panel thing, sort of thing, or, you know, just work with it, right? Just work with it. You can do it. Okay, put that there, and then, so this one was the cardinal. Here we go. And then this one was the mousers. There we go. Fixin' the bobos. Me too. Just the way life is. All right, now these two. Put my Mouser and Santa Claus together and then sew it to the bottom. All right, let me. Oh, that's it. That's siren. We've had our fire department siren go off many times today. But like I said, very foggy weather this morning, which I'm glad we didn't go out anywhere because then we didn't have to deal with it. We went out yesterday, and now it's going off again. It must have went off like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so we are going to just pin and flip this last row on here, or not the last row on here, but this row on. We'll pin it, we'll sew it down, and then I'll show you that quilt. Okay, it's a stunner. Maybe I can get Pop's hand with it. So once I get this piece sewing on. Okay, I'm just pinning at those little squares that help keep the diagonal flowness to this as the cascading look to it, right, as it's going down. And it's very busy. It's got all sorts of busy Christmas fabric in it. It's kind of almost like a bit of an I Spy thing. I guess it was more of a mix of fabric, it would be a better I Spy, but you know, I only have about 5 or 6 different colors of the ones that I have in here, between the black, the blue, the green, and the red. Okay, all right, so let's sew this row on. Pin that up a bit better. Okay. Yeah, this will be the last row we sew on for today, but I want to show you that quilt that I didn't get to show you last weekend. I was very disappointed, actually. I think I was too excited about my birthday cake. Which I had a great birthday, which was on the Monday. I turned the big 4-7. It was a great day. Very busy. I was busy in the shop, and you know, Pop had to work, and you know, so we pretty much celebrated the other day together, just because we were both very busy on our birthdays. So we had to kind of, you know, postpone it to a time we could celebrate together. And I got a phone call from my mom, so I was stoked beyond belief. So, very, very happy camper. All I wanted was a phone call from my mom, and I got it, so I feel very blessed. All right, now let's press this row. I'll show you the mess I've created so far. After I give this little press, and then I'll show you that beautiful, beautiful Bonnie Hunter's quilt. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's she does such a stunning job, and I love to see her work. So there we go. Press this little row. See, I had them out of sequence. See, it says cardinal bird, and then the mouse, and then, you know, so on and so forth. It was out of sequence, so I couldn't have that. It was going to drive me crazy. Even if I just gave it away, I would know. I would know I did something wrong. And we have to make sure we do it right, the best we can. There we go. I think it's pretty cool so far. All right, see it there for a moment, and then I'll show you now. I'll show you on the other camera. There we go. And then this one. There, oops. Yes, there is, Wanda. Pop has put it up a couple of times in the video, but it's coming up right now again. There you go. And that's our progress so far on this Christmas cascading quilt, all right? Okay, so I'll put that there so you can see it. Move my bits off to the side here, and I want to show you Mary's quilt, and maybe if I can get Pop's help for just a second here. It's all right, move that there. Move that there. Oh. Oops, pin on the floor. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I don't need his help. Maybe I will be okay. Maybe, maybe not. Hold on. Grab it a corner. Okay. Isn't this beautiful? And then I'll show you the back. Isn't it, even the borders are stunning. The borders are stunning. Okay, and then we'll do a little flip. And we chose a battleship gray thread. And hopefully you can see it a bit. Let's step a little closer. And we did something special in the border. And then feather and swirl in the main part. So you can see that. Isn't it? It's incredible. It's beautiful. She has such beautiful works of art that come in here. Thank you, my dear. Actually, we'll just, here, grab this corner instead. That one over there. There we go. And then you can, there we go. That's the wider part of it, so you could really see. There we go. I know. Isn't it beautiful? It looks so beautiful on the camera. She's going to be so happy. It's a stunning piece. It's like 80 by something or other. 80 by 64 or something. There we go. There we go. Yeah. And it's just that. Actually, just flop it there and I'll tuck it in its box. All right. I know. Isn't it beautiful? Stunning. That's Mary's work. Mary's work. All right. There we go. That is what we progressed on so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows of our Christmas cascading quilt, Graceful Cascade. Thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you on Long Arm Wednesday and then Weekend Project. Have yourself a great week, the first week of December. Big hugs from us at the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. Don't forget to put up a tree. Show some pictures on the Facebook page, okay? Bye, everyone. Big hugs.